What I was amused by was the various politicians and personalities and all these people who were so deeply offended by the music video. And while I will point out that it's just so inconsistent of YouTube to trend it, I think it's hilarious. I'm gonna read some of these tweets. Of course, they're all like mega conservatives. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallions are what happens when children are raised without God. Well, that's true. That part's true. And without a strong father figure.
Well, that's an assumption.
Well, Jesus is the father figure, or God, I guess. Their new song WAP, which I heard accidentally. Oh yeah, he wanted to make that clear. I did not. I didn't make that very clear. Made me want to pour holy water in my ears and feel sorry for future girls if this is the role model.
Which I heard accidentally. Oh my God.
That's like such a Trumpism, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Trump said that about Bill Maher's show. He tweeted out once.
Right.
I watched Bill Maher talking about me, which I turned on accidentally. I love that.
Yeah.
He goes on. Secondly, while I personally take offense to the lyrics and messaging of this song, I absolutely respect their First Amendment right to make it. Oh, what a guy. Also surprised that Twitter doesn't mind this kind of free speech, but has a problem with conservative free speech. Have we seen it? Again, I don't know what's with... Okay, well, I'm not getting into that. But anyway, he's offended. He needs to pour holy water in his ears for just hearing about women being sexualized.
Cool.
This person, Deanne Lorraine. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion just set the entire female gender back 100 years with their disgusting and vile WAP song.
How?
100 years? 100 years ago, could women even vote?
1920, women's suffrage happened shortly before the 1920s, right? So I think so.
Okay, so
Somebody, can you fact check that, Zach?
Yeah. When could women get the right to vote, Zach? Let's find out how far back we've been set.
It was 1920.
1919.
Okay.
So right around that time.
Wow. So basically,
we're going to take the vote away from women because of Cardi B.
Yeah, we better take the vote away. 100 years. That's awesome. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore. Oh, God. Well, that's good advice.
Right.
It's kind of without a parent. Oh, that's actually pretty funny to make that the acronym. Without a parent, WAP. I had no clue there was such filthy WAP song out until I was alerted on Ben Shapiro's podcast. It's absolutely vile. Our mainstream culture has become utter trash. Girls will continue to be treated like dirt, and men will resent them. Unhappiness abounds.
It's not like
it's funny because Cardi B is so not like she's so. I don't think she represents a weak woman to anyone. Like she's so the opposite of that.
Treated like dirt. I mean,
she's in charge.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. She's like she does whatever she wants.
No, she's definitely not.
But she's very in charge, and she's super successful.
That's where the comment was. Girls will continue to be treated like dirt. I mean, that right there is an empowered woman, no matter how you want to cut it. Although I guess maybe they're saying, well, why does empowerment have to be
sexualized? It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't. But
hopefully.
Well,
I would like to think so,
yeah.
but I mean,
it doesn't have to be. But women's sexuality has been an element of suppression and control for a long time, and so yeah, I mean, being able to own and be blatant about your sexuality, it's rebelling against that.
Yeah,
I think it's a timely. Well, it's been happening for a while, but I mean, like they're I guess their artistic statement is pushing that all the way to the fucking max.
Yeah,
which is fine.
I mean, fair enough.
And I love. And then Ben Shapiro is the king right now. This Ben Shapiro was trending on Twitter with like a bazillion people absolutely slam dunk ollie-ooping. Grand slamming on him, and I don't care whatever you think about.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. They agreed with him or disagreed with him?
No, they were dunking on him.
Okay,
like
so it's getting hard to follow your language.
You know what a grand slam is?
That's good, no?
They were grand slamming on him.
Okay, because he also said he's the king right now, so I was like confused.
The king of
getting
these
dunked
people.
on.
Well, he's the king of this whole reactionary
gotcha.
movement on Twitter. I don't know whatever you think about Ben Shapiro, but you got to admit this shit's pretty funny. He reacted to this live, which was super awesome. Maybe I should show the clip before I read his tweets. But is his wife a doctor or a gynecologist specifically?
Well, both of those are gynecologist, a type of doctor.
Yes, Dan.
You said either or.
I said, is she a doctor or specifically a gynecologist?
I guess I don't know. He talks about her being a doctor all the time. So
okay, well, he says, as I discussed on my show, my only real concern is that the women involved, who apparently require a bucket and mop, get the medical care they require. My doctor's wife, differential diagnosis, bacterial vaginosis, yeast infection, or trichomonas.
What is he saying?
He's saying that it's the fact that they're wet is a medical condition.
What? Wait.
Well, I don't know.
I missed that somehow. That's so
and then as I also discussed on the show, my only real concern is that the women involved. Oh, this is the same thing. Yeah. Now let me watch the clip before we kind of talk about Ben.
I'm just thinking of this GIF that people always show when like the joke flew over your head.
I mean, here, this clip was going around. How many views does it have? 6 million. It's awesome. Here, let's watch Ben talk about this.
Oh, I muted it earlier.
Lyrics, you ready? Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. Hold up. I said certified freak 7 days a week. Wet ass P-word. Make that pull-out game weak. Yeah, you effin' with some wet ass P-word. P-word is female genitalia. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass P-word. Give me everything you got for this wet ass P-word. Beat it up, N-word. Catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this P-word right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Up on top, I want to ride. I do a kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This P-word is wet. Come take a dive. It continues along these lines. And it gets significantly more vulgar. Like a lot more vulgar. Talk your S-word, bite your lip. Ask for a call while you ride that D-word.
God, he censored everything.
You really ain't never gonna F him for a thing. He already made his mind up before he...
He's actually making me appreciate the lyrics.
I love the lyrics now that I've heard it.
It's so funny. Like, swipe your nose in my ass like a credit card.
Yeah.
How do you not even acknowledge that that's funny?
Bring a bucket and a mop. That's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny.
The fact for him to be like, well, that's a medical condition. People were clowning on him. They were saying like, well, the fact that Ben is acknowledging that he's never met and encountered a wet vagina is the funniest cell phone ever.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at. Like,
okay, now get your boots and your coat for this wet ass P-word. Pay my tuition just to
imagine people who are his like fans of Ben Shapiro watching this and being like, and not laughing.
Mm-hmm.
How is what you're doing how is what you're doing meant to offend me? I mean, imagine being like, it's bro, swipe your nose in my ass like a credit card.
Keyword. Pay my tuition just to kiss me on this wet ass. Right. So this is, guys, this is what feminists fought for. This is what the feminist movement was.
I actually agree. I think the fact that women, he's being ironic. He's saying,
right,
this is what feminism has come to. But he's right. The fact that women can express themselves in this way, I do think is definitely a sign of a lot of ground covered. I mean, it's not the only way.
Especially in hip hop, it's always like the guys, you know.
Yeah.
It's always like you'd see the guy in charge, but the girls around him.
I went to the party.
But she's turning it. She's like...
Yeah, why? She's the... Exactly, Ela. You go back to like the golden days of rap, whatever, like Eazy-E, cruising down the street and my 6'4". Like all this is about... It's just the male version of this. And so it is, ironically, because he doesn't have... Ben Shapiro has famously made like the most obtuse comments about rap ever. Actually, can you pull up what he said? I mean, he's clearly talking about a culture and a music and a genre that he has no understanding of. So you should hear what he said about hip hop as a genre. It's the cringiest shit ever.
I would like to hear that.
It's not. It's not really about women being treated as independent, full, rounded human beings. It's about wet ass P-word. And if you say anything differently, it's because you're a misogynist, you see.
I don't think you're misogynist. I just think you're a fucking idiot.
That's just what the song is about.
Yeah, I just think you're missing the point.
It's so funny.
Wet ass P word. And if you say anything differently, it's because you're a misogynist, you see.
I just love that they have to frame it so that if they're wrong, it's because they're being marginalized.
It's just stupid. Look, this is what Cardi B is all about. That's her thing. And she's taking it all the way.
Right.
I'm personally not like that, and I don't sexualize myself on my Instagram or anything like that, and no one has a problem with that. You can go either way you want. I mean, I agree that, like, on a certain degree, there's a conversation to have on how when women sexualize themselves, they're like, Instagram will do better. It's TikTok, all of a sudden they're starting to dance with bikinis instead of wearing clothes.
Same as
it's a conversation that is worth discussing, but that's different.
I mean, you see the same thing with dudes who are jacked and look good and then they're always shirtless. They get more followers too.
Yeah.
It just so happens that we sexualize things different. Like a dude who's jacked with 6-pack is a sexual being where, you know, a female, the less clothes it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. I mean, like, where's this conversation when, like, I'm sure there's male versions where they're like wearing very little clothes and their shirts are off and all this shit. I mean, why doesn't that strike the same chord when dudes are all sexualized in their music videos?
Because of misogyny. Probably.
So maybe he's right. Maybe he is a misogynist.
Well,
I don't know enough about him to make that claim, to be frank. But he's definitely missing the point.
It gets really, really vulgar.
Okay. You got that tweet for me about hip hop? Oh, here it is. This is fucking awesome. You guys are gonna love this. This is the best shit ever. Eli, you're gonna love this.
My case against rap is I have the musical case against rap, and then I will get to the cultural case against rap. So the musical case against rap is that, in my view, and the view of my music theorist father who went to music school, there are 3 elements to music. There is harmony, there is melody, and there is rhythm. Okay. And rap only fulfills one of these, the rhythm section. There's not a lot of melody and there's not a lot of harmony. And
you're so stupid. You were so ignorant. The fact they could even go on air and say that is crazy. He thinks this is all rap is. like there's what? You've not listened to enough rap.
Effectively spoken rhythm, and so it's not actually a form of music. It's a form of rhythmic speaking, and so beyond the subjectivity of me just not enjoying rap all that much, it's what I've said before is not me.
I remember it being longer, but you get the idea.
Yeah, boy.
Wait, I remember him having a really great tweet about it. If you can pull that up.
To be honest, I think he's tweeted about this countless times.
I want to see him.
Okay, well, Ian or Zach, please.
Yeah,
if you could
let's get it.
Be so kind.
Anyway, I know a lot of people like Ben Shapiro, and again, I think on this one, I don't know enough about him, so I'm not trying to go to war with people about Ben Shapiro. You know what I mean? I'm not attacking your identity as a Ben Shapiro fan. I think on this one issue of rap, he's very ignorant. He says, "Fact, rap isn't music, and if you think it is, you're stupid." What a fucking weirdo! What a weirdo!
Weirdo. It's 2012.
Well, it still didn't
a long time
erase
ago.
it.
I mean, yeah,
I would
that's obviously
that.
Still a bad take, but
fact, rap isn't music, and if you think it is, you're stupid. That's the thoughts of a great intellect.
Yeah.